Hello everybody and welcome to the series about theories. Since its debut, Little Nightmares has grown in our hearts to make it such a huge cult classic. As a story without narrative and its beautifully demented world, you can't help but feel enveloped by the world of the Maw. And as a game without narrative, all backstory is led through the visuals that you see. However, this causes many parts to not really be fully explained or not explained at all. And this would bring about endless theories all about this game. Today, I'm discussing the theory of Six and the Lady. The theory explains that our main protagonist, Six, is in fact related to the master of the vessel and the center villain of the entire series, the Lady. Let's explain. Of all of the hunger-driven, crazy, grotesque monstrosities that are also living on this Maw, Six and the Lady are the only two that seem to resemble each other the most. They're a lot sleeker and a lot taller than the average character, except this guy. Oh my. Well, we'll get to him in a minute. The theory also explains why Six would be at the bottom of the ship to where a quote-unquote princess should never be. The Lady grew jealous of Six in some way, usually explained by beauty. The Lady wears a mask to cover her face, possibly because she has a grotesque feature within herself and Six does not. So then she casts Six away into the bottom of the Maw. This would then lead the man to hang himself. We also notice the janitor being the only character besides the Lady that doesn't kill Six when captured. This could be because he knows who Six is, and despite the evil in the Maw, the goodness in his heart keeps him from killing her. Also, he's blind. So, real quick, how does he know who Six is? Maybe by smell. When you get up to the Lady's quarters, you also see pictures hanging on the walls of various things. Images of the Lady, images of multiple ladies, images of a lady next to a girl wearing a raincoat, just like Six's. Sometimes the raincoat-wearing girl will have a bag over her head, kind of like a mask, which is a common theme in the series. Even more so, we realize that the Lady actually has powers. What exactly the extent is of these powers, we're never really too sure, but we know she takes souls because she puts them in the vases hidden throughout the game. You can also turn people to stone. Six, at the end of the game, spoilers, takes the Lady's soul and begins using the powers for her own. How else is she also able to take those powers unless she's had them herself? So this shows her with some abilities as well. Now so far this theory seems pretty legit, but it isn't without its flaws. First off, the hangman being her father couldn't all be true. Sure, he even leaves a letter laying on the ground for whoever to come by to pick up and read, but Six doesn't even so much as flinch at the hangman when she sees him. The devs aren't exactly lazy. They would have actually had Six react in some way had she seen the hangman and recognized him. The resemblance between Six and the Lady is also compelling as well, unless you look at the fact that Six's body structure is the same way as any other child in the game is, including the runaway kid. That's in DLC, we'll get to that another time. Also, with the pictures of a girl wearing a raincoat,
that's Six! See, Frog, you're ridiculously stupid. How can you not tell that that's Six? There's no question.
It isn't Six. For the most noticeable fact that Six isn't that tall. Plus in the comics we find out that other characters also wear raincoats too. So I guess the next question is, what do the raincoats resemble? The more logical conclusion is that this girl in the pictures could actually be the runaway girl. Also in the DLC, we'll get to that another time, due to her dress and height. Now the janitor part is interesting to me because it's true that he actually doesn't kill Six. However, with the runaway kid, DLC, I swear this will be explained another time, he doesn't kill him either. I take his pure actions definitely less barbaric than the chef's for sure, but for a different reason. He's a janitor. He's picking up the children and caging them the same way that you would pick up a chicken if it ran out of its coop. The same way he'd mop up a spill. He's cleaning up the children to continue the process of spoilers stuff. Lastly, I actually couldn't think of anything that would negate the powers that Six and the Lady have. People theorize that in the end by Six doing what she does, that's how she gets the power. Personally for me, I don't think that that's necessarily true because sometimes in the game when you eat food, the lights dim the same way the Lady's power controls lighting effects. Six also controls lighting that way as well when she eats. I don't think it's that far-fetched to believe that they could be a different species altogether. Now we know that the inhabitants aren't actually human to begin with. They're too grotesque and too monstrous to be able to be humans. So possibly there are more types of people out there. more humanoid with some powers, just like Six and the Lady. I'd like to take this moment to give a brief shout out to It's Just George. If you liked hearing about this theory and would like to hear it in more detail or hear other bizarre theories, his channel is the one to go to. His content is fantastic and he has a great way of explaining theories and thinking out of the box. He does a mix of Let's Plays and theories, all of which with great energy. If you wish to get those mental gears churning, I'd highly recommend looking at his channel, either through the link in the description or through the pop-up on the top right of your screen. Thank you guys. That's all I have for this theory right now, guys, but I would love to know what you think. Anything that I missed on there, definitely try to leave it in the comments below. And let me know if you think that this is actually a legit theory, if Six really is related to the lady. Is Six the daughter or just another stowaway, sick and tired of the world of the maw? Unfortunately, we may never get an answer, but at the same time, that's sort of the beauty of it, isn't it? The mystery surrounding the maw seems to have a grasp of us, even after we make our final steps up the stairs, past the gaping mouth of the maw, and into the world. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't played Little Nightmares yet, I highly suggest it. It was one of my favorite games in 2017, possibly one of my top 5 of the year. I release new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, and for you gamers out there, I have Let's Plays on my channel that go up all the time. With that said, till next time, guys.